Okay, here we go. Take 3. It is Mercury retrograde at its finest. All right. Hey, today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about today's Friday the 13th. I'm showing up here, no hair, no makeup. I just want to get this video on for you guys so you kind of know what to expect. Today is Friday the 13th in a Mercury retrograde. It has been intense for a lot of people. The pre-shadow phase of this Mercury retrograde is when Naomi Judd decided to leave this planet. It doesn't usually affect people that dramatically, but it depends on where Mercury landed in her horoscope, in her chart. I suggest you guys jump onto a free site. I like Astro Cafe is one. Anything that's free. Just Google free birth chart and then see where Mercury is in your own personal chart. The house that Mercury lands in, oh man, I'm talking like I'm air traffic control here. That's that Italian heritage of mine. See what house Mercury lands in, and then you're going to kind of know, like where the brux of everything's going to happen, if it does. And you know what? Don't dwell on it. Don't attract it. You can look back afterwards and say, okay, I see it now. First off, if it lands in your first house, now the first house in the horoscope starts at about just under 9 o'clock if you're looking at the chart at 9 o'clock, that's where the first chart doesn't start, or the first house doesn't start at the top. It starts right about at 9 o'clock, 9:30, right there. Excuse me, 8:30, 9 o'clock on the horoscope chart. If you get the round one, there's several different kinds of astrology too. So if you pull a tropical or Western astrology, it's going to be a round chart. That's the easiest one. The Indian or the sidereal or the Vedic astrology, those are usually square charts. But go for the round one. It's a little easier. It'll help you figure out where you're at. If Mercury happens to fall in your first house, that is about the self. That's the first house. Thank you, Spirit, back there in the light. You're going to feel some inadequacies. You're going to feel some difficulties. Might be a tough time for a diet. It could be you might want to get on a little drinking binge. Hey, buddy, I don't need you this minute. I know. This is our time, huh? Thank you, Spirit, back there in the light again. But that first house is all about you. That's you. Number one. You're number one on the hit chart. Number 2 is the house of money. Anything to do with investments, finance, money, pretty basically. Your ability to earn money. Thank you, Spirit, on the light. Either on or off, either way. The third house. If Mercury happens to land in your third house, that is about the mind. It's about communication. You may have a tendency to overthink things right now. Get the hell out of your mind during Mercury retrograde. Get out of there. It's not necessary. The fourth house is home. That's where everything's rooted at. That's about family. That's if it lands in your fourth house, you know that, okay, somebody, let's just say tensions could rise around the household. Not a big deal. You know what? Mercury's retrograde, so we can use it as an excuse. Let it help it carry us a little bit, but don't put the blame on Mercury. If people aren't being nice in your household, be nice. Reflect to them how this energy should carry through. It's your house. Let's see. The fifth house is about romance. It's about play. It's about creativity. If you're in the beginning of a new connection where it's still just a romance, it's a perfect time for things to either go awry or go really good. Okay? Mercury can activate either direction, because there is a positive and a negative to everything. It doesn't mean that Mercury has to activate any of these houses in a negative way. We go down to the 6th house. That is about health and fitness. It's also about pets. It is a good time to keep it. If Mercury lands in that house, it's a good time to keep an eye on your pets. I happen to find a tick on my dog, first time ever. We are in the woods constantly. First time I have ever found a tick on her. So Mercury does touch on that house for me. Let's see, where am I? Number 7, it is about relationships, connections to other people, your dynamic with them. It is also about contracts and partnerships and business. It is not a good time to do anything as far as signing any contracts. Anything that happens in a Mercury retrograde will have to be redone. It'll have to be revisited. It'll have to be revised. It'll have to be reorganized. You can add re on anything, because that's what retrograde starts with a re. Just know that anything will need to be redone. Number 8, the 8th house is sex, physical connection. It is about shared finance also. That a deeper connection, perhaps with the partner that you're with or somebody that you had been with, past connections. Again, not a good time to kind of change up the dynamics of that situation. The 9th house is about higher education and travel. If you're planning any travel right now, I would be a little bit, just double check everything before you go. Remember that cars have electrical systems in them, and Mercury does rule electrical, everything, communications, anything electrical. We go on to the 10th house, and that's career. That's your personal growth. That is your personal business reputation out in the world. If Mercury hits that house for you, you may be under a little bit of scrutiny. Somebody may shine a negative light on you and what you do for your career. No big deal. It'll pass when Mercury goes direct again, so don't worry about it. 11. The 11th house is groups in general, friends, social awareness. It is could be a time when people get really pissy on social media, attacking other people. Don't be that person. Don't be that person. I'm going to repeat that again. Don't be that person. We are turning into a society, and I'm going to include myself because I will not point fingers at anybody, of sour, grouchy, nasty people. A little bit of kindness goes a very long way. Let's see. Number 12 is about your spirituality. It is about endings. It could be a time when a lot of people choose to leave the planet on their own accord. Now, it could be a time when people leave accidentally too. And it's a perfect time for the soul to make a transition very easily. And I mentioned today was Friday the 13th. 13 is not a bad number. A lot of people think it's one of those numbers that brought about bad luck. My grandmother had 11 kids, but she had 10 kids. Always set the table for 13 anyway, though. 10 kids, grandma and grandpa, that's 12. She set the table for 13 because it was good luck. That's what she thought. It is good luck. It is what you make it. 13 is depicted in the tarot deck by the death card. That death card has nothing to do with death in the physical world. Technically, it is mostly about transformation. It's about finishing things up. It's about new beginnings to come. That's why that beautiful flower is on that flag for the death card. All right, you guys, there you have it. Just a brief rundown of what to look for, where to look for it at, and you know what? Roll with it. Don't let it get to you. Just know it's there. Don't dwell on it either. Don't make it a bigger thing. You know, you do get what you attract, what you think about. So think of everything in the for the highest and greatest good, and only good things will come from it. All right, you guys, there you have it. We're wrapping it up now. And you know what? I never leave you that I don't bless you with love and light. See you soon.